his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It
Al-Wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Monday, the 24th of February. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Let me say thank you to Sonar Fashions in Tamale for my lovely outfit this morning. And he's in Kuko in Tamale, but he delivers across the world. And you can call him on 0246 590 162. That's 0246 590 162. Also to say a very big thank you to all those who spent time to call me, to check up on me, to see how I was doing, etc. after the unfortunate incident of robbery that happened to me and mine. The Ghana Police Service have assured us that they are working swiftly at this. So I want to say good morning to IGP Dr. George Ekufudampare and his team. And I mentioned the name of some very courteous police officers at the Kanishi police station and some who were very unruly. I will get to that later, not now. Today I'm in very good spirits and very high spirits. And just to mention that some of us are like seeds. The more you bury us, the more we germinate. Some of us are like seeds. The more you bury us, the more we germinate. the more we are organic seeds, actually. The more you bury us, the more we germinate. And once the fruit, comes up again, it start bearing some more fruits. And for some of us, whatever we touch, it turns to gold. I want you to have that kind of mentality of toughness, Fihankra, the symbol of toughness, the mental fortitude. That no matter what is thrown at you or no matter what is aimed at you, you still stick to the plan and the goal and you stay focused. And I'm going to connect it shortly to an individual who was born in the Republic of Ghana. Coincidentally, we were all born in September. Today, the 24th of September, the 24th of February, some time ago in 1966, it became Ghana's Day of Shame. Today, the 24th of February, 1966, it became Ghana's Day of Shame because Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the founder of the Republic of Ghana, whether you like it or not, and I'm happy that this new government said we're getting back our Republic Day, the day that we became a sovereign. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, with all the great things that he had done, and some of the companies that we had run down, including Georg, many of the companies, including STC, SIC, name the companies that, at some point in this country, we were manufacturing nearly everything. We had a sugar factory, we had matches factory, we had a glass factory, we were doing tires, we were doing boats, we were assembling vehicles, we were doing television, we were manufacturing radio sets. We were not begging for arms from people outside. This man. And his concept was that, look, let's take our people out there to go and learn. Bring them back to come and serve. And while they are here, let's bring the expatriates to come and train them. Today, what we have is that we actually bring the expatriates to come and take away the business from our indigenous people. That was not Osajifo's mentality. He was on a trip to Hanoi. And then some, perhaps overzealous policemen and soldiers thought that it was time for him to go. I am saying that today in 1966 was Ghana's Day of Shame. Look, find me, there's a photo of Osajifo lying, his statue lying on the ground with children by him. I'm sure that some of those children have grown very, very well today. Because if as of 1966, some of them were 5 years, some of them were 9 years, 10 years, 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, and they were standing by it. Around this time, some of them may have died. Some of them may have become Yomo Kotokoto or Numo Kotokoto, Abdura Poso Poso. But I'm sure that some of them will have their regrets today that they were gathered around this to mock such an individual. Today in 1966, 24th of February, is Ghana's Day of Great Shame. And since Osajifo left, we have been struggling with our power. Until recently when we bought the power badges, we have been struggling with our power. Every time we are begging, we are asking, oh, WAPCO, give us more gas, Nigeria. We have become such a shameful nation. Osajifo built the Akosobo Dam and gave us more power than we needed because he was thinking about industrialization. That's the man I'm talking about. Tell me which president after him matches up to Osajifo. Tell me. Tell me which president after Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, matches up to him. Some people try to take Osajifo's shine of Kwame Nkrumah showboy to give to Nana Addo. It didn't work. It didn't work. Today is Ghana's Day of Shame. Show me the soldiers and the policemen who thought that it was necessary for them. And for the youngsters who don't know the history, these things are not being taught in the history book again. Go and check the books that are being given to the children. The narrative is being reconstructed. And for some of us, because we lived with our grandparents and our parents, we won't allow the history to be distorted. The members of the National Liberation Council, NLC, From left to right, Brigadier General Afrifa, and then DCOP Yakubu. There's also Major General Okran. There is also IGP Hali at the time, who was vice chairman of the NLC. Lieutenant General Nkrumah, who was chairman of the NLC. There's Lieutenant General Kotoka. And then there's AK Deku, who was a commissioner of police in charge of CID. And then also another commissioner of police in charge of administration, Mr. J. Inunu. So from left to right, these are the individuals who thought that it was time for Kwame Nkrumah to go away. I don't know what inspired them, but I'm sure that they will be grinning and turning and weeping and wailing in their graves if they know what Ghanaians went through in the last few years. They will be turning. Now, somebody, and I told you that the elders, Gadangbe elders, who meet me and ask me this simple question. And I want to talk about this today, without fear or favor. They say when you go to the Ashanti region, there's Prempeh Airport. When you go to the Volta region, there's Ho Airport. When you go to the North region, there's Yakubu Tali Airport. When you come to Greater Accra region, we found somebody who organized a coup to topple a democratic government, and we named our international airport after the person. They were asking me why. I said, I don't know, because I don't name streets. I don't name any property in Ghana. I don't have that power. So now I'm asking you, and this is not a note of tribalism, but they ask me, and I say, I don't know. Are we celebrating what they did so that we came back to the Second Republic, the third, now in the fourth, which is the most enduring? Show me President Nkrumah's achievements. Show me. He established the Volta River projects, that's the VRA now, the Volta River Authority now. He established the Tema Harbour and Industrial Area. He established the Akosombo Dam. And we have never had an equal to the Akosombo Dam. He established the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. He founded the Tema Steel Company, founded the State Construction Company, established the State Shipping Corporation. Today we don't have that again. He established the State Insurance Corporation. We are taking all the insurance jobs from SIC and we have given it to you know who. All the insurance jobs from SIC, we have taken it. We have given it to you know who. So we buy a government vehicle. And I hope that President Mahama will not repeat the same mistakes, because SIC has drowned. I insure with SIC, so I know what I'm talking about. They are suffering. If not, Jameson and Ejanim Boate will not be able to do anything there, I'm telling you. If we must reset the country, the reset must start in all the different sectors. We must begin from the insurance sector, government buildings, etc. Who insures them? We decided that we will cripple state institutions and empower private institutions that are connected to us, so that the money comes to us and doesn't come to the state where the general populace and the population will benefit from. So the national cake is being baked, but when we finish, the cake vanishes into one house or one family or one home. Then he established the state, the Ghana National Trading Corporation, GNTC as they called it. Where is GNTC? He established the Bank of Ghana. He established the National Investment Bank. You know how NIB is doing now. He established the National Development Corporation. He established the Ghana Cocoa Board. We know what's Cocoa Board situation now. Good morning to Dr. Randiabi. If you don't help him, he also cannot do much. He established the Ghana Commercial Bank. That money that went into the GCB bank account, the 52 million, did we find it? We didn't find it. NIB, good morning to you. So we didn't find that money. Since you are now inviting people, just invite 2 or 3 people from GCB. Let's see where the money went, because the money cannot chop a year. He founded Ghana Airways. Where is Ghana Airways today? We turned it into a chop bar eventually. And then even the chop bar, we collapsed it. We turned Ghana Airways into a chop bar. And even the chop bar, we collapsed it. Then he established the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC. He founded the Ghana Industrial Holdings Companies, that's GIHOC, right? He established the Ghana Oil Company, GOIL. He founded the Ghana National Cooperative Farmers Union. He established the Agricultural Development Corporation. You can call it ADB, whatever it is. These are just a few, just 20. Aboso Glass Factory. I've not spoken about all of those ones. None compares to Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And we decided that today in history, on the 24th of February 1966, we were going to denigrate the dignity of the Republic of Ghana. We toppled his government. And the rest, they say, is history. Some of the generals were shot and killed because they thought they were corrupt. Speaking of corruption, show me the photo of when I was leaving JSS or when I was in SSS, when I can't remember, but it was around that period. That Professor Christopher Mayor Akumfi, respected man, he came into the picture. I hear the NIB picked him up and granted him bail. Why did the NIB pick him up and grant him bail? I'll tell you the story. Maybe you have heard, but not the full story. I'll give you a backstory. And I remember when that project was spoken about and the short timeline that was, assigned to it, some of us said that given the short timeline, it is not going to happen. Because in the first term of the previous administration, Hajj, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, told us that we were going to convert Nkrumah. Atacha also came back, told us we were going to convert Nkrumah into East Legon. Go to Nkrumah today and go and talk to the Nkrumahmites and ask them if their East Legon ever came. Go and ask them. I said, go to Nkrumah and go and ask them. The Zongo Development Ministry that we set up for them, Minister for Works and Housing, we wrapped our mouths around them and spoke about them. We said we're going to convert Nkrumah into another East Legon. Alhaji Abubakar Sadiq told us about, and look, like him or hate him, when it comes to Zongo politics in this country, Alhaji Abubakar Sadiq is one of the giants. If you know your political history, you know. They all came to speak about some of these things, how the Zongo ministry was necessary. And the fact that the Zongo communities were going to benefit from it. Particularly, they told the Nkrumahmites that we are going to convert your Nkrumah into East Legon. That's Professor Abeya Akumfi. Was arrested over $2 million SkyTrain scandal. You remember the SkyTrain scandal? I can't see Professor Abeya Akumfi. For those who don't know him, please show his picture well. Just scroll up so we can all see him nicely. He's a great man. If he's innocent, fine. Investigations are ongoing. I'm not being prejudicial. I'm just telling you the story as I know it. Right? Now show me the SkyTrain. We were sitting somewhere, and we were told that Accra will have its first SkyTrain in August of 2020. We were sitting somewhere. This was a story that was published in November 2019 by Ghana Web. We had then started certainly the campaigns for the 2020 elections. So this was purely a campaign promise. What was the said $2 million used for? We were told it was used for feasibility studies. Just as we spent almost $12 million to do feasibility studies in the Pualugu multipurpose dam. Kuzo Tiani's father has been waiting for that dam so that he can do irrigation, to do farming, so that Kuzo Tiani at least can get money to go and marry and buy a vehicle or something. But it is not happening. And it did not happen. Somebody must answer for that Pualugu multipurpose dam. If we are concerned about, and I'm connecting why Osagyefo was ousted. Some people say it was some tradition that worked with the CIA to oust. I'm not interested in that. I'm just saying that some soldiers and police people came together and said that no, Osagyefo was becoming corrupt, becoming a dictator, blah, 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 let's kick him out. He did all of the things I mentioned though. That's just 20. Now we were in this country, they told us that by August 2020, we will have a sky train. I remember KSM said, it is not feasible. Within that short time, look, a lot of technocrats said this one dear. That was where the Nehemiah and the name calling started. So we kept quiet. Then we were there around that same time. There's an interview with Mr. Kojo Nkrumah, who was then information minister on TV3. Watch. Just watch that interview. No, watch the 2021. That's Kojo Nkrumah. I'm trying to give you a chronology how this same sky train that was supposed to have been actualized in August of 2020, right, suddenly is not feasible. Because at that time in 2020, in November when this was said, it was Mr. Joe Gate who had ambitions of becoming president of the Republic of Ghana. Former MP for Esikado Ketan, who was in charge of the railway ministry. All right? In fact, even the railway people came to say that we did not pay that money. So, now, play it. Let's hear it.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the first Sky train station that was supposed to have been ready by August this year. I'm not sure I heard anything on that particular issue as well. Can you bring us up to speed on that?
I am not sure I heard mention being made of it specifically, but that would be one of a number of projects under railway development. And even under railway development, a lot of extensive work has been done and was put out there, both on the database and at the presentation yesterday, including the railway training school, the refurbishment of coaches, the laying of new tracks, the near completion of the Tema and Pakadan line, the Accra lines, the central, the western line that is being rehabilitated, etc. So a lot of work has already gone on in railway. I think work that, if we are all being honest to ourselves, will not compare to the quantum of work that has been done, whether in the last 4 or 8 years, in the railway sector. Nobody will dispute that. Okay. Yes, they may not have met their timeline on the sky train as they spoke about. Yeah. But does that mean that nothing else has happened in railway? I don't think so. I think the evidence also shows that a lot of other works have been done in the railway sector.
But our concern is on that in particular, of course, because it was to address issues of traffic in the country and all of that. We're all looking forward to it. Has it started at all? And will it be ready this year? Oh, it hasn't started?
No, I'm not sure it has started. I'm not sure it has started. Therefore, I don't think it will be ready this year. But if you take railway as a sector and you look line by line at the many different...
Let me just ask, did it delay because of COVID-19? And Honorable, thank you for joining us, staying with us, actually. Did it delay because of COVID-19?
I honestly don't know why the specific...
Let's now hear from Railways Minister John Peter Amewu, who has been speaking at an event seeking to clarify the position he made sometime last week about Ghana not being able to achieve the targets of constructing sky trains in the country because of a financial commitment and implications.
If had to be done today, it's about $12 billion. I'm told that the cost per kilometer is in the range of $11 to $12 million. And so if you consider the period for 3 years, it's not possible. Sometimes we need to be very honest and very objective. And that is why I said for the period 3 years, it's not possible. I'm not on record to have said that SkyTrain, it's not possible in Ghana. It can be done in Ghana. But within that 3 years period that I've been asked for, I'm saying it, I'm still insisting that it cannot be done within the period of 3 years.
Mr. Amewu said, and what I said, because I said it long before he went to the ministry, that it is not possible. But perhaps the MPP had in mind at the time to use the tag, it is possible for the election. So everything, and we were being looked in the eye and being lied to. This SkyTrain thing. Now investigations have come. 6 News, do you remember that we were told that we'll have a rail line from Takrady to Paga? That photo is there. Look for it. When Nanado was leaving office, his last State of the Nation address, he slid it in one small line because he was embarrassed. We were told, we were sitting out somewhere, Tuesday, 21st February 2017, Nanado told us that Takrady-Paga rail line will begin this year. The following year, Dr. Baumia went to the north and went to promise the chiefs again that it will happen because planting for food and jobs had been initiated. Oh, he went. And then, as you know, what they say on social media, a few moments later, we now know the truth. So who chopped the $2 million? And did they pay the money for the feasibility studies indeed? Or was the money paid way ahead? Even when we are not finished talking about whether or not to do feasibility studies for a project that we knew in our heart of hearts that it is not possible. I'm asking very simple questions because we say we are very serious about fighting corruption. I am not saying anybody is guilty, but I'm sure that even if we went into this Takrady-Paga railway to begin this year in 2017, as President Akufo-Addo said, we will find some that had been spent by some people in the name of meeting, consultation, whatever it is, something. We will find something there. The kinds of initiative. Look, I was part of a program that said that, if I emceed it at La Palme, he said we're going to do coconut thing. It was going to be planting for export and rural development, coconut something. Coconut is big. We're going to do blah, blah, blah. Yeah, coconut sellers on the street, blah, blah, coconut. Use the water, use the husk, use the thing. The next moment we were called coconut heads. We couldn't do the project, but then we, the young people who were told that we will make money out of that project, we were called coconut heads. Can you imagine? I hear the NSS too, the NIB is looking for them. Please show me the screenshot. They're looking for them. Ex-NSS Deputy Director Kweku Ohenijan arrested over ghost name scandal. Gifty Owari Mensah on the run. Nobody tired though. Former NSA Deputy Director Kweku Ohenijan has been arrested by NIB over payroll fraud and a ghost names scandal at the National Service Authority. Authorities are also searching for ex-NSA Deputy Gifty Owari Mensah, who is currently on the run. When we were growing up, we knew that on the run was some eatery that we all went to buy chicken and things. Or six alive. It's the same job. Okay, I didn't. It's the same. They're on the run. Let my boys. The same on the run. Well. Now there are 2 videos I'll play for you and then we'll wrap up. But before I play those videos, I want to congratulate the government. I have been talking about the oxygen plant at Kolebu for donkey years. I'm told the Minister for Defense, Dr. Mani Boama, he collaborated with the hospital, and I'm sure Minta Kando, the health minister, also found himself there. And they have bought a brand new one. Each time I complained about what was happening at Kolebu, they will go and do some quick fix. And you know, the nurses at Kolebu and the doctors at Kolebu, they will meet you in town, they will meet you at funerals, parties, weddings, they will meet you at church, and they will literally drag you out and complain bitterly to you. The bitter complaint was that somebody had taken some private supply of oxygen. And the oxygens are brought in the similar truck that you see in cylinders. And sometimes somebody could be on oxygen around 12 a.m., 1 a.m. at Kolebu, and then the oxygen will run out, and the nurses and the orderlies will have to be going from ward to ward looking for oxygen cylinder to come and sustain the life of an individual. Do you know how many people have died at Kolebu because they couldn't get oxygen? Because of poor mismanagement of the previous leader. Now I'm coming. Shadrach, this is a welcome party. Please give me small, Roland. Do you know how many people have died at Kolebu? Because of bad management and bad leadership. We knew that we could buy an oxygen machine. With all the trees at Kolebu, we knew that we were going to be able to do this. But because somebody had some percentage somewhere, some people had something somewhere. That's what the doctors and the analysts say. They say they bring them in pickups. And relatives will go home, come back in the morning, and they tell them their relatives are dead. Nurses will be running around looking for oxygen. That's not their job. Orderlies will be running around looking for oxygen. That's not their job. But we found a way to make it their job. So I want to especially congratulate the new government led by President John Dramani Mahama and Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman for taking this bold initiative, and Dr. Mani Obama and Kwabena Mintah Kando. And I hope that the people at Kolebu take very good care of this and not play politics and hanky-panky things with it. I'll tell you a short story. So there are two last videos. The former Shippers Authority boss, right? Oh, no, Maritime Authority boss, Mr. Usu, he has two special videos. Let's play them. Throwback.
They are out there talking rubbish that this man here is amassing wealth for himself. I would like to say something in the account proverb. You see, I'm chilling Kasana who say order. But once in a while, order, you have to roll your sleeves and tell people order. They are out there talking rubbish that this man here is amassing wealth for himself. I would like to say something in the account proverb. You see, I'm chilling Kasana who say order. But once in a while, order, you have to roll your sleeves and tell people order. They are out there talking rubbish that this man here is amassing wealth for himself. I would like to say something in the account proverb. You see, I'm chilling Kasana who say order. Issue has been raised with regard to Direct 13. So the 11 is being not enough. Some director generals have pretend over the maritime industry in Ghana. Pretend over the maritime industry in Ghana. Cannot have, but once in a while, order, you have to roll your sleeves and tell people order. They are out there talking rubbish that this man here is amassing wealth for himself. I would like to say something in the account proverb. You see, I'm chilling Kasana who say order. But once
remember
order,
the party that happened? Which hotel was the food procured from? Was there conflict of interest? Good morning, Wafa. What? I'll see you tomorrow. I can't tell you everything today. If I tell you everything today, what will I tell you tomorrow? Call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
The way you, Papa,
Charlie,
you know
how are
Papa.
you?
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Talk to me.
Okay.
And of course, when